This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. So, yeah. Before I jump into another Strixhaven draft, I want to remind everyone that my content's sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you want to visit their store, you can click on the link in the description below on YouTube or the logo below on Twitch. You can pre-order or order whenever you're watching this Strixhaven stuff, including sealed product and singles. So check them out. This is a pretty powerful opening pack. Elemental Expressionist has a fair bit of upside. Its Magecraft ability is really good if you can sort of find a way to trigger it. So it's pretty good. We also got Flunk, which is a great removal spell, one of the better uncommons in the set. Not to mention Kelpie Guide. I think those three are all things you first pick pretty often, and Cultivate is sort of in that neighborhood too. It's an interesting choice here. I mean, you have to be straight up blue-red to play Elemental Expressionist, and while it's quite good, it doesn't always line up well to actually give you the value you want a card like this to give you. Whereas Flunk will fit into any, you even can splash it and stuff like that, and it's a great removal spell. I'm leaning towards the Expressionist in the end here. I think it's strong enough, its ability is good enough, that I want to take it over Flunk. I don't think Thunderous Orator is quite as good as either of those cards. Okay. What do we want to do here? So, being exactly blue-red can be tricky, but there are only, it's not as tricky in this format as it is in others where there's 10 color pairs that are viable. This one, there's really only 5. So, it's not quite as risky of a pick. I think maybe when you think about Flunk being monocolored and similarly powered, that may mean we should have left the Expressionist alone. So this pack is less good. Umbral Juke is pretty good. Humiliate's pretty good. Practical Research obviously goes well with the Elemental Expressionist, as does Elemental Summoning. I think I'm going to take Practical Research here. It's a nice draw spell. I think I can get behind it. Okay. Well, another pretty good blue-red card here. Oh, but there's also Heated Debate. I like Eye Twitch. I haven't gotten to play with it yet, but it's quite good. Heated Debate is where we go, though. It's a great removal spell. It's also an instant. An instance with the Expressionist are the best things to have because you can surprise your opponent by doing stuff with them. So we'll take the Heated Debate here. So it's another kind of tricky spell build around, but I think I like Ardent Dustspeaker here over the other options. It's not a very good... This pack is not especially good. So I do think the Dustspeaker is probably the best card. Even though this can be an engine, you have to end up in the right deck, so... I don't hate the way this has started. Like I said, we've done all 5 guilds, or schools, rather, colleges at this point. And this is the only one where we drafted a deck that I felt was a complete train wreck. Our other 4 all ended up being pretty good decks. So, maybe we'll redeem ourselves for Prismari in this draft. We could also easily end up in one of the other red color pairs. I guess there's only one other red color pair, but you know what I mean. So speaking of other red color pairs, this pack has returned Past Caller, and I think I'm going to take it here. If we could splash it with white mana, it'd be fine in this deck if we ended up in blue-red. But it's quite good. I mean, I've been pretty impressed with it overall. It is a little expensive and stuff, but, it's a 2-for-1, and it's actually a good attacker in the air. And there's not like there's anything that great in this pack. Burying Books is probably where we'd go otherwise. So, yeah, let's take the Past Caller here. Okay, So Claim the Firstborn isn't especially good. This pack in general, not a great one. I may take Fractal Summoning. I think that's where I'm going to go. Grab a lesson here. We don't have any learn yet, but, you know, we're likely to get some at some point. And this is a fine thing to wish for. You know, Fuming Effigy would be fine. We do, you know, the Dust Speaker and Pass Caller do combo with it a little. But I think having a good lesson is important. I also think Team Pennant's pretty good. I think it's probably our second choice in this pack would be Team Pennant. All right, I guess we take Prismari Apprentice here. We could use some 2-drops, and it's an okay one. Maybe more than... I think it's more than okay, but it's not amazing either, though. So, yeah, we grab Prismari Apprentice here. I actually like the Pledge Mage, too, but... yeah, it's more of an aggro card overall. Okay, so we might want Grinning Ignis. It does give us a bit of a ritual effect. It is kind of inefficient. And normally, Blue-Red is a ramp deck. That's just, you know, it's not really what's happening for us right now. Like, right now, our deck is basically a Blue-Red spells deck, which is fine. But it's really, like, in this format, you know, like the Apprentice tells you, it's about big spells. So that's something to keep in mind. Bury in Books is kind of a funny big spell because it usually costs less and it will trigger that. I think maybe I just want Bury in Books more, honestly, than the Ignis. I think I do. Okay, and we get a Bury in Books anyway, so that works out for me. Oh, I don't... yeah, we just took one, actually, so who knows what I'm talking about. Do I want a second one? Or do I want an Introduction to Prophecy? I think I'll take a second one. Okay, so here's an Elemental Summoning. We still don't have any Learn, but I think this is good enough to grab even over another Learn, over a Learn card. This other stuff's fine, and we kind of do want 2-drops like the Adept, but let's grab a Lesson. Okay, so I'm glad this came back. It seems like we're going to be able to pick up some Learn without even trying, so I think I'm going to go with Expressive Iteration here. We'll cut red here just to do it, I guess. Strategic Planning's not a complete disaster. Twin Scroll Shaman's not really going to work out in our deck, though. I think this is a little better in this format than it was in Kaldheim. Yeah. All right. This does have Learn, but it's kind of a crappy trick. I think I'd rather have the Effigy. I kind of doubt I'm playing either of those cards, to be honest, but, you know. Ooh, Tempted by the Auric is great. You know, Mind Control is always incredible, even if all you're doing is stealing something small. This pack does have Urza's Rage, which would be nice, but I think Tempted by the Auric is better. Yeah, so they're really the two cards you would consider here, seriously, for a first pick. Thunderous Orator is a little further down the list, and same for Wormhole Serpent. But yeah, we take Tempted by the Auric here for sure. So Dust Speakers aren't great in multiples, so I don't think I want another one of those. I don't think it would wheel, no. You know, there's 7 other drafters. It's still pack 2. Some people may not have even decided what their second color is, so I don't think it would wheel at all. I think we take Illustrious Historian here. It's a fine 2-drop. It's not incredible, but, you know, it'll work for us. You know, Mage Hunter's Onslaught would be nice, but it doesn't look to me like we'll be able to play that. We'll just take the Historian. It's a nice little 2-drop. Okay, I think Tome Shredder will be pretty good in this deck. We have lots of spells at this point. So I think we kind of like the idea of him in our deck. Yeah. Introduction to Annihilation wouldn't be bad, but we still actually don't have any Learn. So we'd like to pick up some of that at some point. I've passed a lot of it and been like, I'll get some later. See if that comes back to bite us. So Quandrix Pledge Mage seems pretty good here. Letter of Acceptance is okay. Eldraine was the last time where you sometimes drafted monocolored, so not that long ago, honestly. Oh, good. Heated Debate. Yeah, we really want Heated Debate. Wouldn't mind another Historian. I think Symmetry Sage would be okay, too, but we want the Heated Debate here. See you later, TMOF Apolios. Thanks for making an appearance, at least. Have a good day at work. So right now we're basically just a kind of traditional blue-red spells deck as opposed to like the blue-red big spells deck, which I think is fine. It's not a bad place to be at all. Okay, so pop quiz is good. We need some learn, and it's an instant, and you know, it's gonna draw us 2 cards. We already have a couple good lessons, both summoning cards. So yeah, we grab pop quiz here for sure. We need to learn. There's some learning that we need to do. Yeah, so right now the only big spells we have are 2 Bury-in books and 1 practical research. So like I said, I don't really feel like we're a ramp deck, so I think I just grab another apprentice here. It's going to be unblockable pretty often. Every now and then it'll get a counter from like a Bury-in books or something. So yeah, and Ignis, you know, if we were in one of these wacky big spell blue-red decks, I think we'd take the Ignis, but we're not. So we'll take the apprentice. Okay, I think we can probably take Elemental Masterpiece here just to have at the top of our curve. You know, it's not super likely. I mean, we may end up with some ways to reduce costs and stuff, I guess. And if we do, then it's going to be really good. But it may just sort of be our mediocre top curve card. So Enthusiastic Study also has Learn, but yeah. We do need some more fixing if we're going to splash the Pass Caller. So keep that in mind. I guess I'm going to grab Resculpt here just to cut blue. Let's grab Resculpt. I think you can kind of value them equally, at least at first, Im Servato. If you end up with a bunch of Learn, though, you should start valuing the quizzes. You should start valuing things a little bit differently because you need to have enough things that you can actually wish for. So it's tricky, but it's usually, so far in this format, it feels doable to just grab, like when there's a good Learn card or a good lesson, you can just grab them and it kind of works out so far. We're going to take another Bury-in books. I highly doubt we play it, though. They do get worse in multiples because your opponent can play around them. So yeah. So basically, I guess what I'm saying is you sort of just let the draft play out how it's going to play out. But you can value them. I kind of value them individually based on how good of cards they are first. And then second, as the draft goes on and you have like 4 lessons and maybe you only have 1 card with Learn, that's when you sort of need to shift your priorities. We'll grab this Letter of Acceptance. Yeah, I mean, we might play it. It is ramp. We're not really a ramp deck right now, but we could be. So we might play Symmetry Sage. I don't know. If we end up with enough spells, I think we might do it. She's definitely better if you have fractals and stuff like that because, you know, then the fractals get really big. But, you know, if we can consistently make her a 2/2, she'll be fine in our deck. Okay, well, if we really need a 2-drop, we have one, but it's not really one that works well in our deck. Oh, man. Well, that's annoying. We do have 1 piece of fixing, 2 if you count our Masterpiece, but I don't know that we're going to be able to swing Splashing Day of Judgment in this format. Yeah, I would definitely say the summons should be pretty high picks, high priority, and you should take them even before you see Learn cards. So far, I think we're gonna take Day of Judgment. So we did just pick up this Letter of Acceptance, and then we have the Masterpiece and the Campus. Not to mention draw spells, and if we can get the fixing lesson, then we'll be really happy. We'll take Day of Judgment. We might not be able to swing it in our deck, but if we can, well, obviously we should if we can. No fixing here. Probably just grab Spirit Summoning. Speaking of summonings. Yeah, I think it's going to be better than Symmetry Sage number 2, and she'll probably wheel anyway. So, yeah, we'll go with Spirit Summoning here. Okay, so here's some more fixing that's intriguing. I'm going to do it. I would really like Prismari Pledge Mage, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I already have... Yeah, taking the summonings is relatively highly is good. They all feel like they're at least C++. Yeah, so we're going to take the Stormkiln Artist, mostly because of Day of Judgment, but it also helps us ramp for, like, our Masterpiece and things like... Oh, my God. Well, now we really want to splash white, but of course this pack also has Maelstrom Muse. And another Stormkiln Artist. My God. So I think we got to take Lorehold Command. I mean, these cards are great, but Lorehold Command is very powerful. Our deck's not that well equipped to abuse Maelstrom Muse. I mean, it's still going to be good, but I think we take the command and we really start going after fixing here. Yeah, so these are going to be some weird. These are going to be some weird picks, I think, because we have Spectacle Mage and Igneous Inspiration, which are things we really want. But now that we have Day of Judgment and Lorehold Command, I think our deck is really needs to lean into fixing. And I honestly think I'm going to take Archway Commons here over something like Igneous Inspiration, which I don't think I would normally recommend. But given that we have Day of Judgment and Lorehold Command and Returned Past Caller, I think we need to value fixing highly here. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, well, this kind of fixing isn't nearly as good. Oh, actually it is. I'm lying. It kind of sucks that this is in this pack too, because it's pretty darn good. But I think I'm going to take Lorehold Campus here. Yeah. I mean, when you have your two best cards are suddenly not blue-red, you kind of have to go hard onto fixing. I think we can probably chill out a little bit on it now because we have, like, if we have to, we have our Masterpiece, we have Stormkiln Artist, and then we have these lands. So we could probably take better stuff right now. So I'm leaning towards Illustrious Historian here over another iteration. This is a pretty good land, but I think with our 3-color plan, even with the fixing we have, I think the Biblioplex can be dangerous for us. So let's take the Historian over Pop Quiz. 2 drops seem like they're useful. Okay, sweet. We get a Pledge Mage, which is good news, because we could really use a creature like it. So we're Jeskai, pretty much. Are you going to be harder to play now? So the Aerialist is okay. Enthusiastic Study's okay. We could definitely use a little more Learn. I think we literally only have 1 card that learns. So that's what happens to me so far in this format. If you start having to pick fixing, you end up with a lot less Learn and Lessons because you end up spending those picks on other stuff. Symmetry Sage seems okay. Make Your Mark is too. I think I'll take the Sage, but kind of doubt either of those makes our deck, but, you know. Oh, good. Another Pledge Mage. That's really good news, I think. So having these early drops is a good plan when, you know, we have the kind of stuff we have. Okay, I think we grab another Stormkiln Artist. I think the fixing, we need fixing enough that I think I want to do that over like Tome Shredder or Teach by Example. Yeah, more fixing seems good. Nice, we get a late Spectacle Mage, which I'm pretty happy about. You know, I think, you know, it remains to be seen in this format. You could be right that the right thing to do is to just give up on the white and take Learns and Lessons, because it is Learning and Lessons are pretty strong, but giving up on Day of Judgment and Lorehold Command is a pretty big cost, I think, overall. Okay, so. Need to cut some stuff. I'm a little worried. Our mana is going to be a little worse for these two cards. And while I think we play Tempted by the Auric anyway, yeah. So in general, casting this became a little more difficult. Not impossible, but definitely more difficult. Our mana's not as good as it could be, but I think we're probably okay. I think we're probably going to lose a Symmetry Sage here. We don't have any really good ways. We don't have any really good ways to utilize it. And we have better twos, I think, overall. We may end up just losing a Historian or two, too. 2/2. Strategic Planning's not amazing either, I guess. I guess we probably cut one of that. Probably the Pledge Mage, just because we're not going to be that good at paying the mana for it. Blue-green hybrid is not an easy thing for us. Yeah, I think in the end, like, splashing the Lorehold Command would have been way easier, for sure, than splashing Day of Judgment. So there might be something to be said for just going that route, just splashing Lorehold Command. But I think Day of Judgment's strong enough and our mana's good enough that I think we're going to be okay with it. So, I'm kind of considering cutting the Pillar Drop Warden. It's kind of a nombo with, like, Tome Shredder, for example. It's a fine card, but I'm not sure it's one we really want in this deck. Same for the Dust Speaker. Both of them sort of make each other... Like, these three cards all make one another worse. Which is always kind of awkward. And we have enough, I think, higher curve things that... Cutting the Dust Speaker seems okay to me. And then the Warden. And then finally, probably just another Historian. We don't need to run two planes, I don't think. Between the Letter of Acceptance, the Treasures, and the two Lorehold Campuses and Archway Commons, I think we can cut one planes to make our mana a little bit better. And I think I probably want to add an island. That gives us 8 and 8. I want to add the island so that it's easier to, like, play Tempted by the Auric, for example. Yeah. Alright, I think this is our deck. Will we redeem ourselves with Prismari? We'll see. It's kind of a wacky one. With Day of Judgment and whatnot. Okay, well, this is definitely a keeper. We can use Elemental Masterpiece if we really feel like we need to go the Day of Judgment route at some point. So that's cool. Don't know that that's what we want to do, but it is an option. I think we just go, with effects like this, I think we probably, just keep it in our back pocket in a hand like this. If I had a really slow hand, I might try to sort of slow roll our opponent, let them play their stuff out, and then kill them with Day of Judgment, but, yeah. Kill their board at Day of Judgment, that is. So let's attack with Tome Shredder here. Play it, attack with. Might get countered. And it does. We're kind of getting into the neighborhood where slow rolling our opponent looks more attractive, but we need, you know, I think just playing the Stormkiln Artist is better than, like, because we need double white anyway, so, you know. So, I kind of think heated debate on the Frost Trickster seems worth it. But I guess the alternative plan here is to just sort of hang back. But if I use heated debate on Frost Trickster, I can attack with my Pledge Mage, and I get a treasure token, so that we can cast Day of Judgment later. I think that seems fine. Yeah. So we could just play out our Illustrious Historian here. It's worth thinking about, I think. Nice. I still get to kill them both if they double block, so... so I'd be down. Interesting. Kind of looks to me like they're running out of gas, but still not sure that means I want to play out our Historian here. I don't think we do. I mean, the good news if we did play him, I guess, is that we could get him back from the graveyard later, sort of, you know, with his ability. So maybe it was worth it. But, yeah. I'm not sure. Okay, well. That's not very nice, but it is a 2-for-1. So I think we are going to start pressuring them here. It feels like we have the upper hand. 3, 4, 5. We have 6 mana here. So we don't have to use our treasure up this turn, because we can't play our Elemental Mastery yet anyway. So we'll just play our Illustrious Historian here. And end our turn. We may just Masterpiece next turn if we draw land. It does mean we won't have white mana for a Day of Judgment, but I don't think that's a disaster. I'll probably do another draft after this one, unless this one goes really long in Servato. Man, Frost Trickster. We could have used like 6 of those, you know? That would have been cool. Alright, so I do think we go for it here with our Masterpiece. Day of Judgment now is just like our if things turn sideways on us plan. Do I want to scry on my upkeep? Probably not with the amount of mana we have. They're living the dream. The Frost Trickster dream. See you later, Servato. Okay, so Send those both in. And play Spectacle Mage. Is this real? Obviously it is, but it's kind of funny. Okay, that's not great. They're suddenly pressuring us a fair bit over there. A little bit of a chance we might have to Day of Judgment at some point, so it'd be nice to get some more white mana, I guess. They may kill both of these elementals, but they'd have to lose their whole board to do it. Kelpie Guide, if they draw a land, can start tapping down whatever it wants every turn, so... Okay, well, it looks like we're going to get to kill that. And we are going to wipe their whole board. Okay, I'll take it. I think that's a pretty good deal, right? I think we come out ahead there. That is a cool card. I wish they weren't going to learn off of it, but... So, we get to start scrying now. What can they get off of this? Learn. Elemental summoning, okay. They cast a one-sided Day of Judgment for me, even. So that does give us the double white, but honestly, we have other ways to get it, and I think pressuring our opponent here is better. Like, we want to draw a not a land. Oh, God. Okay. Well, maybe I'm going to regret that, huh? Kind of looking like I might. Nice. Okay, so I think we take the 4/4. She's going to start drawing them cards, but if we do this right here and take their 4/4, these will all be able to attack. So I think we go for... Yeah. Yeah, so they'll have to block. I mean, they have a card in their hands, so maybe they can do something here. But she has to block something, and she dies to everything that can block her. So... That she can block, rather. Okay. She's tempting to take just because she's so sweet, like her ability, but this was the better play that gave us better attacks, so. Alright, so we need a spell. We didn't get one. It's funny they're saying good game. Maybe they don't know that I can't attack with these pledge mages right now. Alright, so let's attack. Expressionist is pretty good here, so I can't complain too much. I could scry on my upkeep, but I'm not sure the value outweighs... I'm going to put the stop there anyway, but... Okay, well now we don't really need to. I guess it's probably worth doing. It leaves up 3 mana. We can play most of our spells. Yeah, well, that was perfect, so... Might as well scry, I guess. Not a bad start. Looks pretty good. Alright, so I actually think I'm going to play the Pledge Mage now that I drew Heated Debate, but maybe not. I guess the Historian, you know, it attacks more easily and it gives me more options next turn. I could play the Pledge Mage next turn. If I played the Pledge, I guess it would have been the same. Except this can actually attack if our opponent doesn't do anything, which kind of matters. Alright, so we're going to attack, obviously. I mean, it's a very good trade. Anytime you can trade with the Illustrious Historian, it feels pretty good. So my first impressions of the format are basically that... interesting. Are basically that all the archetypes seem very viable, but I think Prismari, which we're in now, is kind of the hardest one to make work because you need some uncommon paths. We're not even really a Prismari deck. We're not a big spell deck, but you know, we're not the main theme of the deck. Mostly just a regular spell deck. And then the other 4 are a little easier to come together, but I think maybe Prismari is the most busted when it does come together. I've seen some really silly stuff with it. And basically, you know, the black-white deck is like the aggro deck of the format, and it is pretty darn good, so yeah. So, do I Heated Debate something here? It enables an attack with my Pledge Mage. Yeah. We can get it back with our Return Pass Caller in a few turns, so I'm a little more inclined to do it. So I can kill the Shaman and then attack with both of these, so... So far, I really like the format, too. I think Learn is a great mechanic for Limited. I think it makes games, decisions during the draft and during the games a lot more interesting. You know, I know it's early, but I think Kaldheim and this format back-to-back are 2 of the best Limited formats back-to-back we've ever seen. I know not everybody loved Kaldheim, but I liked it. And I think most people who are really, really big Limited players liked Kaldheim. So like I said earlier, we're really down with that trade, so... Yeah, they realize that, and they're not going to take it. So Pass Caller on turn 6 will get us back Heated Debate right now, which is pretty good. Another removal spell here would be sweet, right? Oh, we have all our white mana. We'll at least get to scry, I guess. That's not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, I think actually if you go back to Zendikar Rising, that was a really good Limited format too. Although my early impressions of this one are that it's better than Zendikar Rising, same with Kaldheim, but Zendikar Rising was quite good. I think You know, Theros Beyond Death was one I didn't love. It was kind of just average. Okay, well that's not good. It's not especially good for us. So yeah, we're gonna scry here. Do I want another Pledge Mage? I guess so. Yeah. We're not going to play it this turn, but I think making sure we draw a real spell there is the biggest upside. They could have counter magic available here, which would be kind of disastrous for us. So I could slow roll the Pass Caller here for that reason. I think maybe I do. Just play out this Pledge Mage. There's enough counter magic in this format that they could have. I think I will. Yeah, I think I'll play around it. The thing I liked about Zendikar Rising, and it's kind of the thing I like about the last two formats too, was party as a mechanic. Made it really interesting. It was really an interesting mechanic where you ended up with interesting decisions during draft in terms of creature types and things like that. So, but yeah. Alright, so we're going to block Fuming Effigy here with one of our Pledge Mages. Good chance they have a trick, but that's not the worst trade in the world. Yeah, modal double-face cards also made for interesting decisions. I think they've done a great job lately of sort of smoothing out Limited with mechanics like Learn and modal double-face cards and things like that. Looks like we're going to get to kill the Effigy. I'm down with that. Okay, so we continue to have this problem where I'm a little too scared to try to play my Pass Caller, and I don't have to, so I don't think I will. Yeah, let's play our Spectacle Mage here. If there was, you know, there is a lot of good blue counter magic in this format. I mean, it's not great, but there's lots of playable counter magic in this format, and that's different from the norm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this Vortex Runner is a couple turns away from being unblockable. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Alright, so we're going to block the Blood Age General and take 4. Yeah, even OG counterspells in this set, it's true. It's in the archive anyway. Okay, well, I think we've kind of run out of time to play around stuff. So we're just going to play our Pass Caller here. Get back our Heated Debate. And yeah, then end our turn. So we're not in great shape here, but it could be worse. I think maybe I should have been more aggressive with the Pass Caller a little earlier. So we kind of have to block Dream Strix. I mean, it sucks because it learns for them, but I do kind of feel like we have to do it. Yeah. I wonder why they felt it necessary to power down some of these creature token things from Lorehold. Like, 5 mana to get something back at instant speed, I mean, you know. It's not exactly busted. Yeah, we're in trouble here for sure as we continue to draw lands. It does mean we can use our Historian, at least. So this can't be countered, but it can be responded to. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do anything about, like, with that. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we'll let them attack us, block the 4/4, and probably kill Vortex Runner, because it's going to be unblockable soon. We could use our Wrath. Last game it just sort of chilled in our hand, but this game it's kind of crucial. Yeah, so let's Heated Debate Vortex Runner here. Hope it doesn't go sideways on us. So I think we probably make the 3/2 rather than scry. Though, you know, scrying and trying to find our Wrath is tempting. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. Okay, you're not amazing for us right now, admittedly. But obviously enough, I think I play you. So we don't have any good blocks, but we're at low enough life against a Lorehold Pledge Mage that I kind of feel like I'm gonna have to. But I think we gotta do something here. I think I'm gonna attack with this 3/2. Then we'll scry at the end of their turn. The Artist is mostly just an inefficient creature here. It may not be that great in this deck. I mean, granted, it's easy to say that when I have all my fixing, because playing him when you don't need the fixing is rough. Like right now, you know, he's a creature and everything, but a normal 4-mana creature would probably be able to contend with the Pledge Mage in combat at least, and he doesn't. So Conspiracy Theorist is really good. So I'm not loving that. Oh my god, that's a gross combo. So they're going to discard one of the cards they discard with Faceless Looting here. They're going to exile it, and then they can play it if they want to. Actually, it has to be cast, so it can't be a land, but why would it be? My whole deck is not that it can't block Lorehold Pledge Mage. It just looks that way. I mean, you know, there's not a lot that can. You're probably right. We kind of hope to get removal for the Pledge Mage. So if we draw a Wrath, I think we're going to have to cast it. So they're probably going to play the Flyer, I would think. Yeah. That's gross. Now they put a spell on top of their library, too. We're in trouble. Yeah, so they get Heated Debate to put on top. They can attack me down to 3 here. I think I'm just going to take it. Yeah, we're just going to take it. Then we're gonna do this. It does let us see a bunch of cards, and maybe we'll find what we need. So, yeah. Well. Okay. So we'll put the artist in our hand. And the letter into exile. Oh, I did that wrong. Clicking's hard. I wanted that letter, obviously enough. Gosh. Do I rumble here? Kinda don't think so. So if I'd gotten the letter like I meant to, I would have been able to draw a card off of it. Yeah. That was dumb. I mean, I can attack here. I'm just dead to any removal, but... And yeah, with Faithless Looting, they're likely to find it. Oh, we also know they're top-decking Heated Debate, so... Yeah. We're definitely not, attacking here. So... We're going to scry at the end of their turn and hope we find our board sweeper. There's a good chance they come out ahead here anyway, unfortunately for us, so... Hi, Drogoloso. Glad you made it to the stream and enjoy the content. Alright, so I'm gonna kill you. Gonna kill you. Go to 1. We hope. All they need is a trick or something. There's that Heated Debate. So yeah, basically we have to find our Wrath here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have enough mana to scry twice, at least. But obviously, they have more gas than we do. So even if we do Wrath the board, they've got Faithless Looting sitting around, among other things. So, you know. Yeah, I did set a stop on my upkeep. That's not a Wrath. Don't tap my mana, stupid auto-tapper. Huh. No, that won't do it, because that's converted mana value 4. Yeah, so that wouldn't do it. If we could steal their assistant, it would buy us a turn at least. But we can't. Yeah, okay. So, moment of truth. Let's see if we draw it on our practical research. We'll discard it. If we do, which would be funny. Oh, nope, didn't even hit it off the research. Oh yeah, you're right. I tapped like all my blue to try to leave up Wrath. So even if we could have stolen it, we couldn't have. Because that sentence makes sense. So, kind of questioning whether I want 2 Stormkiln artists in this deck. Like, maybe I just want another Historian. It does combo weirdly well with Day of Judgment. Because I think we have enough fixing to swing things already. And it's so bad when you get it late. So I think I'm going to put in another Historian here. Yeah. All right, this is a pretty good hand. A little bit of a curve out. Yeah, I'm liking how this is looking already. I don't feel completely desperate to kill that apprentice at this point. I'm just going to play the Spectacle Mage here. Okay. Yeah, I wish we'd gotten the fixing lesson. Lesson. That's the word. Do I just Heated Debate and Kraken for 5 here? Or do I just attack for 2 and leave up Pop Quiz? I think attack for 2, leave up Pop Quiz is good. Because I can get Elemental Summoning. And then I can actually cast it next turn, too. Yeah, let's just attack for 2 with the Mage. Leave up our Heated Debate and our Pop Quizzes. Yeah, that's... It never feels great to use Heated Debate on Professor of Zoomancy, but it might be what we want to do here. Nah, it's not. We have a 3-3 who can trade with it, so we're just going to Pop Quiz. We get a Tome Shredder, and then we grab... Yeah, Elemental Summoning. Because we can cast the Elemental Summoning here. We would have been able to anyway, I guess, but it was a little cheaper. So we'll attack with Spectacle Mage here. Pretty gross. So if the professor attacks me, yeah, I do think we block it here. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, they did get us there, didn't they? All right. I think I'm just gonna play Tome Shredder here and pass. So I could use Elemental Masterpiece so I could play Lorehold Command. It's not a terrible plan in this scenario. I'm also only 1 mana away from being able to cast it, though. Yeah, I think we'll play Tome Shredder here. We can still leave up the option, so if we decide it's really necessary to get Lorehold Command online. Yeah. We do have fuel for our Tome Shredder. That's always nice. So, do I want to block and trade? I think we can just take 4, honestly. Probably should have attacked with my Mage this turn, but, you know. Yeah. We're probably going to have to kill the Blood Researcher. Okay. I'm a little concerned, to say the least, I guess. I think we play the Expressionist. It's got good size, yeah. But we have all of these powerful cards in our hand, and we need to use them at some point. So I think I kind of have to leave back the Spectacle Mage. I mean, I may end up not blocking with it, but I think lots of scenarios could arise where I want to. Another red mana would be really good. Like, we could play our Masterpiece, but we could also Heated Debate twice, which I definitely think would be pretty good. Oh, no. So I was a little worried about this Researcher, but I was like, it's not going to get that big. But with 2 Witherbloom Apprentices in play, if they have a spell, we're kind of dead. Okay, good. They didn't have a spell, at least. I think I'm going to have to block with Tome Shredder here. Yeah. So we will. Yeah. So with our instant speed spells, we may be able to... Oof. Yeah, our mana... After we switched out our mana because it seemed like it was consistent enough, we've been really, really punished for it. Alright, I think we have to make a treasure with this. That lets us play Lorehold Command, which will allow us to cause all kinds of problems for our opponent next turn. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. We really don't want them to draw a spell. The bad news is, if they didn't, they can draw again. So... Okay, let's see what they do here. Okay, so... We're going to Lorehold Command here. We're going to do 3 damage to any target and what? Make a 3/2? I think +1/+0 Indestructible might actually be better. Yeah, I think it's better. So we'll do 3 to... I guess we'll kill a Witherbloom Apprentice. Yeah. And then we'll target the Expressionist itself, I guess. I mean, it's going to be indestructible, so this isn't going to trigger, but... We'll be able to kill both of these in combat, is the idea. And 1 Witherbloom Apprentice. So if they have a way to save the Witherbloom or trigger something here, it could get worse, but... Okay, well... It did get a little worse. Wait. Oh, I didn't make the 3/2. Oh, that's right. Well, so we're going to go to 6 here. Double block Blood Researcher. Yeah. We can kill the Groff with a Heated Debate, so... More red mana, please. Thank you. So now I can double Heated Debate, which is pretty good. We're still in serious danger as a result of Witherbloom Apprentice ×2. And that's not good. So the way that panned out, I guess make a 3-2 and give +1/+0 and indestructible to everything was maybe the better option, but I think trying to kill a whole bunch of stuff was probably better. Do I want to play the Historian here? I think so. We want to hold up Heated Debate because of our Expressionist. You know, being able to trigger that is what we are dreaming of doing, so... I don't think it's that shocking that Blood Researcher is really good. I mean, it's basically a Johnny's Pridemate. Oh, good, another one. We're at 6, and they have 2 Witherbloom Apprentices in play. That's not ideal. So I think I'm going to kill one. Hopefully it sticks this time. Okay. I'm not able to play Heated Debate if I play the Artist, so I think we just end the turn. Yeah. Not feeling great. You know, this feels a lot like our other Prismari deck. I mean, we went with a slightly different route. Yeah, that's not good. We went with a different route than the last one, but it still feels like we're pretty much getting overpowered and out-carded. And yeah, it does kind of feel like it's our lack of learn that's getting us. Oh my god. Okay. We go to 4. We kind of want them to get, like, aggressive here. Because we can get some value. I would probably trade my Expressionist and target it with its own Magecraft so that I get a 4/4 back, and then I'd kill the other 4/4 with... Yeah, so that's our plan here. Yeah, that's our plan here. So we're going to go to blockers. Block. Yeah. Full control. Then we're going to Heated Debate. Blood Researcher. You're going to target yourself. We get rid of the Groff. Okay, so we can be more aggressive now. We kind of have to be, because as long as Witherbloom Apprentice isn't play, we're in some significant danger. I think we attack with both of these. Okay. At least I don't have a life gain payoff in play, I guess. Oof. That's what I have to say about that. Alright, so we attack with both of these. We are a few spells away, I guess, from being able to, Day of Judgment. But it's not what you want to draw here, that's for sure. I'm guessing they're going to learn here. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. So it's a 6/6. They tap all their mana, drain us for 1. Okay, so we're going to attack them. Play Prismari Apprentice. Yeah, right now we're definitely feeling the pain of playing our Day of Judgment in maybe a mana, you know... Ooh. I like that. Okay. We'll cast it here. We get a treasure out of the deal. Man, it's crazy, but I may be discarding my Day of Judgment here. I guess Illustrious Historian Island is probably better. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's use Expressive Iteration here, too. I guess getting white probably makes more sense there, but we have the treasure now, so... Okay. Well, so I think the first thing we do is probably get back Lorehold Command with our Pass Caller, and then cast it. Oh, we can't actually. The way the mana shakes out, so I definitely should have grabbed the Plains. I could get Heated Debate, though, and kill the Apprentice, which is our big problem right now. Yeah. Doesn't really enable any additional attacks on the ground if I do that, I guess, but... Yeah, let's play our Pass Caller. So, I want to get Lorehold Command, but because I can't cast it, I'm just going to get Heated Debate. Then I'm going to Heated Debate the Witherbloom Apprentice here. Now what do I do? I'm still at low enough life that I don't think it's wise for me to, like, go crazy here. Yeah, I mean, we'll kill them next turn. There's no reason to risk dying much sooner. So, yeah. If I'd played my mana more intelligently, this would have all gone a lot better. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. Okay. Well, luckily enough, the board's good enough that that doesn't wreck us, so... Yeah, we still get there. Definitely not... Didn't choose the right land. I keep clicking on the wrong thing with iteration, so I need to actually read the prompts. Because a Lorehold land would have obviously been way better. I'm liking this format so far, Phaethon. I'm liking it. Yeah, that Lorehold Command turn is what enabled that turnaround, that's for sure. Okay. You know, Archway Commons is kind of a frustrating card because you like pay mana for a land, but it does mean we have all our mana, so... Thanks for the bits, Smashing Vortex. It's called Go Blink, that discard spell. The good news is that a majority of the lore hold cards say, like, whenever one or more cards are exiled, so it's not individually, but I think there are a few that it works a little differently, but... So, like, if I draw another land, I probably don't play Archway Commons next turn. Okay, yeah, so I don't think I do. We'll play it later. I think we just play out our Pledge Mage and then our Spectacle Mage. I think they really missed out on a chance to give this guy glasses, given his name, but, you know. Yeah, so... Yeah, we'll play our Spectacle Mage here. I mean, I feel like what I said earlier, and you may not have been here, is that I think I agree that black-white, I mean, blue-red is harder to make it come together. But when it does, it's absolutely absurd. Like, people copying all kinds of ridiculous spells, you know? Okay. So, I think we play Archway Commons here. We could play Letter of Acceptance instead. Is that just going to be better for us? I think maybe... Attack with our Spectacle Mage. Nice. That's pretty good use of that card. Yeah, we'll play the Archway here. Oh, yeah. God, that was stupid of me. You're right. I could have done it. I know it ramps, but I sort of wasn't thinking about it as being able to pay for... Oh, no. Well, I think we're going to be casting Wrath in the very near future. Like, you know, next turn. Yeah, I definitely should have played the letter last turn. That was a mistake. I probably wouldn't have Wrathed here anyway, to be honest, just because I kind of think I want my opponent to play out some more stuff. I think we just take the 4 here. I really need them to play out some things. Okay. Alright, so I kind of think we have to Wrath now. I could wait one more turn. I think I'm going to wait one more turn. Is that crazy? We're waiting one more turn. Then we're going to block. Damn it. I was really hoping they'd go a little more aggressive here. Well, the good news is we can play Practical Research, so we don't completely lose out on our mana. I think I'm going to discard Burying Books here. So if I tap my mana correctly here, I can actually add to the board this turn too. Yeah, so we're going to go Day of Judgment here. I can even get it back with my Pass Caller, which is kind of absurd if we need the safety net, and we probably will. I'm going to play the Apprentice here. They may have a hand filled with removal since we didn't really play anything for a long time. See if our Day of Judgment helps us come back. Okay. Okay. So, we definitely play the pass caller here. The question is whether I want to get back Day of Judgment or Heated Debate. We don't have Heated Debate. Yeah, we'll get back Day of Judgment. I think we're going to play out the Pledge Mage too, though. Just hold on to Day of Judgment as kind of an insurance policy. It is annoying for my returned pass caller that they did that. Yeah, it's definitely not as good, but it's still pretty good, I think. No, that's not so good, though. Okay. I think I'm going to cash in this Letter of Acceptance here and see if we draw something different. I guess we're probably going to use Lorehold Command here, so maybe we don't. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can play our Artist here. Yeah, play the Artist. I don't think I have lethal. Oh yeah, Command for Indestructible plus Day of Judgment will be pretty gross. So, if I did cast Lorehold Command here, I would get... eight. No, it's not enough for lethal. Tempting as it is. So the question here is whether I just take this hit. Because... yeah. Probably don't. Yeah, I think I'm going to bolt the flyer and make a creature. That's where I'm leaning here. So the hexproof trick here would be a little rough, or the indestructible one, and they could have either of those. But I still gain life. So it's not a disaster. Alright, so we're going to cash in the letter here. Nice. Okay, so we're going to attack with this 3-2. Then play Expressionist. So mostly Day of Judgment is an insurance policy. Even if our opponent manages to turn the game around, we have an out. And Day of Judgment plus Elemental Expressionist, also a combo, by the way, because I would play Day of Judgment. This would target itself, and then it would come back as a 4/4. I mean, it doesn't actually come back. It's just a 4/4. Yeah. Yeah, we'll pass here. Just in case I have a discard spell or something. Our opponent, if they do manage to beat us, it's going to be impressive because Lorehold Command and Day of Judgment have been cast. And if things go really bad, I can just Day of Judgment again. Which is awesome. I see what you did there. So they're forcing me now to play Day of Judgment, more or less. But, like I said, the Elemental Expressionist situation makes it not that bad for us. So they're going to give me a 2/1 and draw a card for themselves, yeah. That actually lets me get in a little bit of damage before I blow up the board. Because I can attack with all 3 of these, and they have to take one of them. Oh, except I can't, because I'd have to play a spell. Yeah. Alright, so... Day of Judgment it is. Yeah. Hopefully they don't have an indestructibility trick, huh? It's going to target itself. Hold on to this land to bluff, I guess. Okay. They're at 8, but they have a bunch of cards. I don't like that. Okay. Well, if they had to do that, that probably bodes pretty well for us. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Han Bobo. Alright, so we end our turn, and then, you know, hold up the Historian's ability plus Heated Debate. Our opponent played really well, given the fact that we wrathed twice, and Lorehold commanded, and they still almost got there. So now we've gone 3 of 3 with or better with every guild, because Prismaria was the one where we hadn't quite gotten there. But now we're at least going to be 3 and 3 with it, so that's good. Yeah, that's a mulligan. There's too much we need for it to work out. We do have 2 of our best cards. 3 of our best cards, maybe. 4 even. You could argue, but the mana is so bad that we can't keep it. Alright, this is fine. We have a 2-drop, so... So... I think I'm actually going to put Pop Quiz back. We're not that good at abusing lessons as it is. And I think holding on to a 2-drop, one of our best cards, and a spell that lets us interact is a little better. And then also holding on to the lands too. So, you know. So we'll be able to play turn 2 Historian. Varian Book's obviously not going to do much against Overgrown Arch, but... Okay. That's not good news for us, I don't think. I'm sure they just take it. I mean, not take it, just block it. Because even if I have a trick, they can just... Well, actually they couldn't have learned. They didn't have the mana to. So we're going to need to find our Wrath and enough white mana to use that Wrath to beat Elemental, or... Oh my god. Okay. So Nasari's going to steal our spells. This is going to be tough. They have this and this, which are both really gross cards. So, okay. Well, I'm thinking I'm going to play the Expressionist just because it gives us something that pressures them more. And it gives me a way to, if I do draw my Wrath, yeah, so. We'll go for it. And if we can set up, you know, Varian Books plus Elemental Expressionist, things won't be too bad. If I had one more mana, I would have just put Nasari back into their deck. But unfortunately, you know. Oh, good. They got a heated debate. Oh, boy. That is not what you want to see, is it? So next turn, they're going to be able to use Mascot Exhibition. Okay, okay. There's some white mana. It's tempting to try to play the Artist so I get white mana, but it's not like I even have the mana right now. So I think I'm just going to Expressive Iteration here. We need to remember to click the correct way on things. So let's put the Apprentice into our hand. Put the... Well, in this case, it doesn't matter that much, but yeah, put the Mountain into our library. Exile the island. Play the island, and now I can leave up Varian Books at least. But if they're able to Exhibition this turn, it's not really going to matter. Not a lot, anyway. But yeah, I think that is what we're going to do here. Yeah, Arena did hear I was saying the games had been long, didn't it? Sure feels that way. They're stealing our best spells from us. It's brutal. Oh, man. So the good news is I can do this. So that buys us more time to find the Wrath that we so desperately want. Okay. So we go Lorehold Campus, Letter of Acceptance, Prismari Apprentice, and we pray we draw our Wrath. Of course, even if we do draw a Wrath now, they can just replay this thing, so not sure it would bail us out entirely. So, the Historian still goes to my graveyard when it dies, and so I get that ability back. That said, if I can leave Varian Books up, I'll get a counter. I think we just take this. Yeah. So the good news is they haven't drawn their 7th land. At least I don't think so. Yeah. They have not. Because if they did, obviously enough, they would just be like... Mascot Exhibition, which they'll be able to cast now because of Spectacle Mage. I could put the Spectacle Mage back in their deck. But I don't think that's awesome. So I'm going to play the 3/3 here and leave up Burying Books. But I think we're in some trouble here. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so I'm going to block here, and let's see what they do. Okay, we're going to bury in books something else. Probably the Spectacle Mage, so they can't cast Mascot Exhibition this turn. See how this goes. Buys us a little more time to find the Wrath that we so desperately need. That'll help too. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm really surprised. Why did they play anything? That's suspicious, isn't it? Do they know we have a Wrath? Maybe. Yeah. You'd think they would have at least hit us for 2 more damage there, but so that's very weird. I guess digging through our library here is our best bet. This will also gain another counter from it. So yeah, I think we pass the turn, hold up Practical Research, try to find our Wrath. That's the plan here. Ah, so they wanted a Eureka moment. See, you know, it's nice having a Wrath in your deck, because this situation would pretty much be unwinnable. So, I do like the flavor of the set. Obviously, especially, I like Lorehold. You know, all the Historian cards are cool for me as a Historian. So, you know, speaking of which, if you don't know, in addition to my YouTube channel and being a Twitch streamer, I'm also a history professor, and I have a history YouTube channel, so you can check it out, Nitsahone History. Put up a new video every week. If you like hearing me talk about Magic, you might like me talking about that. You can search it up on YouTube. Just look for Nitsahone History, and you'll find it. So they can only pump the Amplimancer once, which means if I use Practical Research, I can kill it even if they pump it. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So let's go to blockers and block. Yeah, and then we're going to go Practical Research. I teach all kinds of history, but wow, that was a very bad Practical Research. I am, yeah, religious history is my area of research, but it's not, I teach it some, but it's not all I teach, I guess is what I would say. Okay, well, we continue to buy ourselves time, I guess. If nothing else, we have a Plains now, so we can cast in this cash in the Letter of Acceptance at some point. Let's play Apprentice. Our opponent really is playing strangely, like as if they really think I have a Wrath. I feel like. Well, getting 4 lands off the top is good, but I guess my point is I'd rather there just weren't any lands on the top the way there were. I may just leave up the Historian's ability and hold on to our Artist. I kind of want to cash in the Letter is the thing. And I can't do that either way, no matter which one I cast, so... Yeah, we'll just wait till the end of their turn. If we feel like we need a 3-2, we'll make that. And if we feel like we need to draw a card, we'll do that. Yeah, we really have never really been able to attack them. I mean, I know I have a Wrath, but it's kind of suspicious to me that they're still playing the way they are. Much less aggressive than one would expect, given what they have in their hand. I guess they're worried about counter magic, now that I think about it. That must be it. I'm cool with that. Yeah, that's not good. So I think drawing a card is going to be a lot more useful than a 3-2, so... Okay, that will buy us more time, so I don't hate it. I do have a heated debate. Unfortunately, I have to wait a turn. I just don't have the mana to do it all right now. I think it's mostly that they're worried about counter magic, the more I thought about it. I could get back tempted by the Auric, but it's not that good here. I mean, I have to kill this guy or he's going to beat me. So, we get heated debate. And we'll also play out our Pledge Mage. Yeah, we do it. I mean, they're probably going to play Mascot Exhibition either way, so... You know, it wouldn't be too surprising if they exiled Day of Judgment, considering the first two cards they exiled with it. They got a Spectacle Mage. That's pretty dang good. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can scry on my upkeep. No, I can't, because that's my only white mana. I mean, I can, but if what I'm trying to do is find a Wrath, yeah, that's probably what we're going to try to do. So they can play this right now for 5. Not sure why they're not. I guess they have enough of a lead that considering a Wrath makes sense to some degree, because they can just be like, you know, if they have a Wrath, I can just play my Mascot Exhibition. So, you know. Oh yeah, our Heated Debate can't kill Nasari anymore. That's rough. I probably should have thought about that. Alright, there it is. Okay, so... Yeah... Okay, they hit a land there, finally, right? So, oh, yeah, that'll kill us. That'll kill us right there. Unless they're conservative. I don't think they will be, though. So, let's Heated Debate, a flyer. Oh, we actually survive another turn to try to find that Wrath. Now that we have a treasure, we can actually scry on our upkeep. So that's good. Okay, so you're gonna get shump blocked, and I'll kill both of you. And wait a second, I'm at 4. Why did I think I could survive this? I don't know why. Somehow I thought I had 5 life. Oh, the pigment storm. Yeah. Damn that pigment storm. I should have scryed just to see if our Wrath was on top. Yeah, Nasari is not easy to beat. That is for sure. Alright, I think we can keep this. We do have the kind of slow, like, have to play Archway Commons on turn 2 thing, but we do have Tempted by the Auric, which we'll be able to cast, no problem. Just if our hands stays the way it is now. I mean, we do need to draw 1 more land, obviously, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so I think we just deal with the fact that this thing's going to hit us this turn. Well, that's not good. Good news is I can steal it later. And I, you know, probably will. Like next turn. Let them make it a little bigger first. Yeah. Player Pledge Mage here. Okay, so I think we steal that Blood Researcher now, before they're able to sacrifice it. It does only work at sorcery speed, but I still think taking that Blood Researcher is a big play here. Yeah. We can even make it a little bigger with our Lorehold command. Do I want to attack here? I don't think so. Okay. Probably just going to heated debate that thing now. Yeah, that is the plan here. Attack for 6. Okay, well, I think we play Tome Shredder and attack with everything. Attack for 8. Oh, actually, just 5. Because our Pledge Mage can't attack, but I still think that's a good decision here. I just play limited, Drogoloso. Just limited. Did they say good game just now? I didn't actually see it because I was looking at chat. And I don't want to be rude. So we could try to just win here by Lorehold commanding and making a 3-2. It's not a terrible plan. Yeah, we're going to do that. Make a 3-2 and indestructible and haste to everything. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, Tempted by the Auric is nasty. Like, you know, it's if you play that on turn 4 and steal a good 3-drop with it, you're going to win the game like 80% of the time, I feel like. Because it's just so good. Anytime you can subtract from your opponent's board and add to your own significantly with one card, it's great. And that's definitely what happens with those. All right, this is a keeper. I think we're 4 and 2. Drop a flame. Just to learn, huh? That seems weird. I think I play the Historian here, because if their plan is to play that, I can attack through it with this. It's mostly just a white splash, but we are splashing Wrath and Lorehold command. So it's like a big splash. Like, it's our best cards are being splashed, so we have a lot of fixing for them. Okay, so we definitely attack here with Illustrious Historian. Then I think we just play a Pledge Mage. Next turn we could go Letter of Acceptance Pledge Mage number 2 if we want. So it's basically a 1-for-1 trade if I block here. I think I'm gonna do it. Okay, well, we've got Day of Judgment in our back pocket now. Question is whether I want to lean on it and just sort of slow roll our opponent here. Doesn't seem like a bad plan. Yeah. We'll just hang back here, I think. I guess playing the Pledge Mage isn't a huge thing to give up. And we can make the game go a little longer till we have to Day of Judgment, which, yeah, we'll play the Pledge Mage. And end our turn. Yeah, so I think we trade again. I don't know why you'd ever be down on a campus land in Limited. Okay, well. Yeah, so here I think we pass the turn. We leave up Burying Books in case things get really sketchy. But then we probably Wrath on our turn. I mean, and we could play the Expressionist here and then Wrath, and we still get a 4/4. But I think just actually playing the Expressionist is better. Look at that combo. Look at that combo they have. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and block here because I'm planning on Wrathing anyway, so... Yeah, in Limited they're good. I don't imagine they'll really be played in other formats. So we're definitely Day of Judgmenting here. Yeah. We'll have 2 mana left over. We can't really do anything with it, but that would be just complaining to complain. Alright. So we should be able to win now, I would think. Depends how things go. But... well, that does make things a little better for our opponent, that's for sure. So we have 6 mana, huh? So I think we play Prismari Apprentice and Elemental Expressionist. pretty good. We can actually get it back, too. So it's not a complete, you know, crazy thing to do. Alright, so we're going to pop quiz here. And then probably play Spectacle Mage. Ooh, heated debate, huh? How much mana do we have? 3, 4, 5, 6. We're getting into the territory where fractal summoning is going to be better than elemental summoning, so that's what we'll grab. Yeah, so let's attack them with our apprentice here. Then play Spectacle Mage. I mean, the temples are definitely better cards, but you're right, probably in limited the Scrylands are better, but in constructed, the straight-up Scrylands are better than the campuses. Yeah, that's not good. I'm glad we can kill him. Yeah, we're going to heated debate that for now. We got 4 mana, huh? We'll attack with our Prismari Apprentice here and leave up Varian Books. Yeah. So I think we bury the Tome Shredder in Books. You know, maybe we try to trick them into using a trick or something. Yeah. I don't think they're going to use a trick. If they do, we're going to really get them here. If they don't, we're still in pretty good shape, so. Oh my. Nasty. Yeah, that's real good for us, obviously. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can pay 7 for this. Smashed for 6. You think they have their own wrath? No. Spectacle Mage does reduce the cost of it, I think. Because the converted mana cost is determined by how much you pay for X. Although it's on the stack, so maybe that doesn't work that way. Yeah, that's what I thought. Avery's right. I mean, the way we just played it, it worked out that way. So maybe Prismari are, well, you know, granted, the main strength of our deck is playing a Day of Judgment, but maybe Prismari is a better deck when you're mostly kind of mid-rangey and not as rampy. Although I've seen the rampy decks really go off like insane too, so it's hard to say. But this is a much better Prismari deck than the other one we have. I was a little worried about it earlier, but it has panned out pretty well thanks to the, I mean, power level of cards in it is a big deal, so. It's a good hand. Well, now we have double white, no effort at all. I like that. So, these black-white decks can run one over, but I feel like we have enough good 2-drops that slow them down that we've been doing okay against them. So if the Leech Fanatic attacks me, I think I block it. You know, if I can. I can't, obviously. So. Nice. So, yeah, I think we play this tapped and play Illustrious Historian here. Well, that's not good. That right there is a card you lose to. And I don't think we have any way to deal with it. If I block them here, they get a 3-2 freaking flyer. Day of Judgment at some point might help us, but I don't think it'll help that much. God. That's such a demoralizing card. I do think we block... no, we don't. No, we don't. We just take 4. Ugh. Even our Wrath doesn't save us, really, in the long run here. But we're not going to block, so I'm going to attack. And I think we'll play Stormkiln Artist here. Yeah, it's definitely too early to really figure it out. Nobody even knows the optimal builds for decks at this point. I'm going to take another 4. Based on my feel of things, they're all very viable decks. And honestly, a lot of the time in Limited, knowing what the best color pair is doesn't really matter. Because you just draft what's open, you know? It does matter, you know, for making decisions and stuff like that. But it's not, like, as important as you'd think, I guess is what I'm saying. So, we've only got 1 blue mana, huh? So I guess I'm going to play Tome Shredder. I'm going to attack with our... I may attack with all 3 of these. I'm going to do it. Yeah. So they get a 3-2. And actually, yeah. So, yeah. We're trying to race them here, but this situation is kind of unraceable. Yeah, it's gross. Oh, boy. Yeah, we're just going to take everything here. Yeah. So we're going to practical research and try to hit something, but I don't think we really have anything. Nope. If I could cast Tempted by the Auric, it would work out, but nah, they got us. Okay, so we're at... Yeah, that's it, actually. 5 and 3. That's what I thought. 5 and 3 is pretty good. I think that deck probably was a 5 and 3 deck overall. I think we had some sweet stuff going on. You know, we've been getting lots of 5 and 3s in this format, but that's perfectly fine. We don't have a 7-win deck yet. We have like 1 6 and 3 5s out of our 6 drafts, though. So, yeah.